He's asleep. Completely still. Then one ear twitches, a beat later, the other. He doesn't get up yet, just lifts his head off the floor, eyes half open, like something has arrived that hasn't fully registered yet. Then, 10 minutes before you actually pull into the driveway, he gets up from that same spot, walks to the door, and waits. No pacing, no whining, just standing there, facing the exact direction you'll come from, as if someone told him you were on your way. He can't see you, he can't smell you, yet you're miles away. He can't hear your keys, you haven't even left the building. So what exactly did he just detect? In the 1990s, a dog named Jaytee became genuinely famous for this exact behavior, filmed and timed across dozens of trials. Reliably enough that one researcher argued it was evidence of telepathy. News crews visited. The footage went out on television. For a while, it was one of the most talked about animal behavior stories in the world. It wasn't telepathy. But ruling out everything it also wasn't takes longer than you'd think, and the real answer, once you get there, is stranger than a sixth sense. And it's probably running in your own living room tonight. Start with the obvious guess. Could he simply smell you coming? Follow the mechanism and it falls apart quickly. Scent isn't a live signal, it's matter, needing wind or movement to carry it from one place to another before there's anything at all to detect on the other end. Picture the actual physics of it, a scent trail hanging in still air, thinning out over minutes, not miles. Now picture you, 2 miles away, sealed inside a moving car, windows up. There's nothing drifting toward him at all yet. That works beautifully for reading a trail you left behind an hour ago. It doesn't work for reading you in real time from 2 miles away, moving toward him inside a sealed car. Whatever he detected, it wasn't carried on the air from you to him. Scent explains the past. It doesn't reach into the present from that kind of distance. Could it just be habit he's learned you're usually home by now, so he gets up on a kind of internal clock? Partly, sometimes, routine genuinely shapes anticipatory behavior, and we've covered that on this channel before. Dogs track patterns in your schedule with real precision, down to which days you leave earlier or come home later, almost like an internal calendar built entirely out of repetition. But picture a day with no routine to lean on at all. You leave the office at a random hour, catch a ride in a car he's never been in, take a route he's never associated with you, on a day that looks nothing like any other day this month. There's no pattern here for a habit to latch onto, no internal clock that could possibly be ticking toward this exact, unscheduled moment. And yet, in the actual recorded trials, the same anticipatory behavior showed up even on days like that. Random return times, unfamiliar vehicles, nothing for a learned pattern to grab onto. Whatever was happening, it was happening independently of any schedule at all. So it's not nothing, it's just not the whole answer. This is the part that made the case famous in the first place. In some trials, the anticipatory behavior appeared to start before the owner had even set off. Not just before arrival, before departure, sometimes by many minutes, with no phone call, no signal, nothing that fit any of the ordinary explanations at all. That detail was never resolved to mainstream science's satisfaction. It was never published as confirmed evidence of anything beyond chance in a general scientific journal, and skeptical psychologists who ran independent versions of the test argued the pattern didn't hold up once you controlled for ordinary explanations properly. We're not going to pretend that edge case has a clean answer, because it doesn't. What does have a clean answer is the much more common version of this, the one probably happening in your own house tonight, the moment your car actually turns onto your street. A dog's hearing reaches roughly 45,000 hertz. Yours stops at around 20,000. Less than half his range, gone before his hearing even gets interesting. He can also pinpoint the direction of a sound with far more precision than you can, moving each ear independently to triangulate a source the way you'd instinctively turn your whole head, except faster and with far less guesswork, and register one at a volume you wouldn't consciously notice at all. Imagine standing in the middle of rush hour traffic, hundreds of engines, all running at once. Hundreds of overlapping frequencies layered into a single wall of noise you'd just call traffic, a wash of sound your brain automatically flattens into background so you can function. Now imagine picking out exactly one of them. Not a make or a model. One specific engine, worn down in one specific way, threaded through all the others. Distinct from every other engine on the road purely by the tiny mechanical imperfections that make it yours. That's roughly what your dog does from inside your house, through a closed door from blocks away. He isn't hearing a car. He's isolating your engine's specific signature out of an entire street's worth of ambient noise. At a distance and a volume that registers as total silence to you, the way you'd recognize one familiar voice in a crowded room, except from roughly 4 times farther away, in frequencies your own brain was never built to check in the first place. So the mystery isn't gone. It's just relocated, sitting in plain sight the whole time, waiting for anyone curious enough to actually go looking for it. He didn't detect your arrival before it happened. He detected it exactly when it happened, through an ordinary sense operating at a resolution yours has never had access to. The feeling that your dog knows something impossible says less about his mind reaching beyond the physical world, and more about how much smaller your own sensory window is, standing next to his every single day without you ever noticing the gap. Think about how many sounds fill your street on an average evening: other cars, a distant lawnmower, someone's television through a wall, wind moving through trees, a neighbor's door 2 houses down. To you, that's just background noise, filtered out automatically, because your hearing was never built to separate it into individual threads. To him, every one of those threads is still distinct, still available, still sitting there to be picked apart the instant one of them happens to matter. In a running inventory of sound you will never once be aware of. You've spent your whole life assuming silence and noise are the same experience for both of you. They were never close, and they never will be, no matter how long you share the same house. He isn't waiting for you. He's listening to a version of the world you've never been able to hear, running quietly underneath every ordinary moment the two of you share. So the next time he gets up before there's anything you can hear, resist the urge to call it magic. It's not a sixth sense, and it never was. It's the ordinary 5 running at a resolution you've never had access to, quietly working every single day, long before you ever notice it's happening at all, in a version of your own street that you will simply never get to hear. Somewhere in that silence, he can already hear you coming home. Tell me in the comments, how many minutes early does your dog usually know, and does it ever surprise you? Subscribe, there's a lot more of the world he's picking up on that your senses simply weren't built to catch, quietly running in the background of every single day you spend together, whether you ever notice it or not.